Hey, it's Miss Lady T. What is up? Happy Wednesday, and guess what? I want to talk to you about something. I want to talk to you about free will and what the divine wants you to do. I know it sounds a little... Bear with me. I got a little... Black hole. Don't get sucked into the black hole. I'm getting so many downloads, and excuse me for my hyper... Yeah, it's not the greatest thing. You need to be drinking more of this. But if I don't get this out, it's just going to bother me and just... No, I can't. It's got to come out. So, last couple of my shorts and stuff, X is in your energy, new love coming in. But, do you think, it could happen. The perfect guy, the perfect person that you're supposed to be with can just come waltzing in your life and make everything better. And test the energy. Test it. My last video, I was talking about somebody might have a crush on you. Maybe you have a crush on somebody. Okay, well, now I understand why I had to plug back into the Matrix and plug back into a 9-to-5. It's to test all the stuff I've, over this last year and a half, I'm going to say 2 years of growing in spirit. You can test the energy around your house. You're used to the energy, you're used to how your animals act, you're used to things, okay? And it's easier because you know how things are supposed to be in your home. Maybe in your family, you can test, that's bullshit, oh, that's okay, you know. Ooh, I'm getting a hot flash. But, light this real quick, hold on. Don't do this either, it's not good for you. Here I am doing everything you're not supposed to do. But, I was tired today, and tomorrow's my day off, so I'm kind of, chill out day. Goodness, hold on. What is up with this? Hold on, but I want to show you something. Oh, confirmation. Holy shit. I get confirmation so much, it's mind-blowing. On break, by myself, at work, outside, I get confirmations. Slaughter just came on, mad about you. Somebody is definitely in your energy and is definitely crushing on you. You go by what you're feeling, or do you go by what you're feeling and what the energy is telling you? So there's a few people in my energy at work. I think, and they're not going to come at you. Some of them are going to come at you harsh. Some of them's going to come at you friendly. And it's not always black and white. They're not going to say, oh, I'm a good guy. Oh, I'm a bad guy. Oh, I want to see the best for you. Oh, I want to see the worst for you. I want you to fail. Those are your two energies. It's balance. Not everything is going to go 110% for you great all the time. Most of the time, I wouldn't think. But maybe. I don't know. I have a nice balance going on. And the bad doesn't affect me as bad as it used to. Because I'm so used to balancing out the energy. Not that you don't feel bad sometimes, that you feel good sometimes. Testing the energy. I'm at work and there's a lot of, lifting and bending and stooping and moving, heavy crates, moving light crates. There's shelving with sharp edges. I'm all about... It's not good. I'm just boogered up. I'm telling you this because one day last week, and I don't bump heads with nobody at work. There's certain protocols they want you to follow. And I get it. I understand it's a business. It runs like a business. One particular person bumped heads a couple times, whatever. And I still make friendly. I don't care. I just use discernment and Small talk, I still do it. I don't care if you've ripped my ass or not, or bitched me out about something. I don't. Okay. Whatever. I take it into my memory banks, process it, and handle it, you know? So, at first, at work was, you know, you got to do this and you got to do that. And it was way, way too soon. I can see this conversation happening 2-3 months after you're, you know, doing your job and how you should be doing your job correctly and versus not correctly, by the book versus not by the book. How they want you to do it versus how you want to do it. Not that the way you want to do it is wrong. You may add different aspects to the job that might help somebody else, you know, that's starting this job down the line. Kind of have to find your own way, because you work by yourself, but at the end of your picks and your runs, you know, if you have just, you know, different things, like say this wanted the thick crust pizza and all they had was the thin crust pizza pepperoni. You gotta, you know, if we didn't have it, okay, well, we're gonna have to give you the thick crust pepperoni because we didn't have. I guess you'd have to be in my position to really understand, but management has to approve it. Because when they take the groceries to the customer, which the customer comes and picks them up, and if there's any substitutions for like things they wanted, you know, mixed berry yogurt versus strawberry yogurt. Maybe they didn't have the mixed berry, we had to replace it with a you know, make sure it's okay. And they can put their substitutes in there too to say, you know, I want this if you don't have that kind of thing. And if you've ordered groceries online or anything, you kind of know what I'm talking about. Anyway, kind of bumped heads with an energy, and we kind of tried to fit down this narrow aisle at the same time. He was working, I was working, and I ran into the shelf. Good feeling, flow rider. I kind of ran into a shelf with my arm. It was a little cut, but it was bleeding like crazy. So, Band-Aid, whatever, got bruised up a little bit. But I'm just like, it's the energy. The energy was crossing, and it's just like a short circuit, like a battery. If you try to jump a car and you remove the one thing, and I have to get this straight in case I ever have to do it. But if you remove the positive before the negative, remove the negative, that kind of thing. You can get shocked. You can start fires, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? But I scraped my arm against the shelf, which I knew it was kind of janky energy, kind of, you know, wonky energy. Took it, put a Band-Aid on it. Okay, yeah, that energy's kind of, you respect it because they are your boss, and you know, if they don't, you know, get you straight, then somebody gets them straight. You know, they got higher ups that come down on them. I already kind of not wrote off this energy, but just I'm aware of the energy. I mean, what happens when they can't cloak themselves anymore? And I'm not saying they're in a group or people's talking to them or people that I know is talking to them or family, which I do think there's something going on because my schedule was kind of, you know, messed up. It kind of got straightened out, no big deal. And there's another energy that I come in contact with. Lately it's been more than other times. And you can feel the energy. It's just, and what's cool is, I mean, me and this person get along. Cut up a little bit, not too much. It's a business you know, it's business. This is, you know, a higher up. Test the energy. Even customers can test. I had a neighbor, not to get thrown off course or not, but I had a neighbor, an older neighbor, stop me about a week and a half ago. Was talking about cars and getting rides to work and this kind of thing. And I have been blessed, thank God. Thank God I've been blessed with transportation. So things are going well. And I don't mean to throw a wrench in it or anything. And thank you, God, for all the blessings and protect me from any unclean spirits or evil energies trying to jump in my energy and my processing of getting ahead, getting blessings, receiving blessings, being thankful. I mean, being really, really thankful for everything you have. And I believe this is why Spirit tears you down to build you back up. Because I always had a car, I always had some transportation, but not having it for a long time and then getting it back, it's just like, wow, I am so thankful. And I every time I walk out, thank you. Every time I get in the car, thank you for heat. Thank you for not having me walk in this cold. I can't stand the cold and the wind is like, and it's been just like that for the last 2 or 3 days, and it's just like, all right, gotta get used to it, harden up. But testing the energy. This person I kind of like. He's kind of cool. Haven't had any weird conversations. It's all business and stuff. But it's cool. It's whatever. But this is where free will and testing the energy comes in. But I ran into that older customer, and as I'm talking to him over here in bakery, somebody drops a whole flat of nothing but pastries, and they was still in their container. It dropped like 6 packages of these containers. It just crashed on the floor. I was talking to this person. I'm like, and I have to stop myself because I will say stuff out loud like bad energy or discernment. So I'm just like, really, this person too? And sometimes it happens while I'm in the rush of working. You hear things or something comes on the radio because I have a walkie-talkie, and if we can't find something, we get on there, hey, such and such, bottle of Mary Jane. Oh gosh. I was gonna sneeze. Another confirmation. That's a confirmation for me too. I don't care for this song. It's just no energy. Pure water. Oh yeah, I know. It's supposed to be money trees. Nasty. Talking about the energy. No, I won't hear that one because that one comes on. Anyway, drops a whole flat of pastries, and I'm just like, as nice as this older gentleman is, it was bad energy. And I'm just like, they don't come at you with horns blazing and fire coming out of their eyes and shit. Maybe they do. Maybe some things they do. But they're cloaked. They don't want you to see the evil, the bad. If they're older, and I have respect for my elders. Always respect for my elders. But you can't help it. Test the energy. Well, say you kind of have a crush on somebody. And you're just like, damn, I haven't had a boyfriend in probably a year. Haven't, had any conversations with guys except acquaintances that, work. Hey, how you doing? Hey, you want to hang out? No, not really, but hey, what's your number? Whatever. But I'm testing this energy at work. And I noticed a couple times around this person. And this person's very nice and very kind. So it's cloaked. It might not be cloaked. Maybe this is who they are. That's fine. That's cool. Spirit will tell me what to do. This is how you listen to the energy. Not just use you. Oh, I haven't had a boyfriend in a year. Oh, I want a boyfriend. Oh, I want to snuggle. Oh, I want to hang out with this person. What you want and what Spirit wants and what's good for you is not always. You want to go with Spirit. Always go with Spirit. Not bad Spirit, not bad energy, but good energy. Cat just jumped up on the table. Anyway, kind of tested this energy around this person, and they don't come off as harsh or anything like that. Like this other person came off kind of really harsh, really aggressive and abrasive as far as your job. This other person, one tail light, being watched, bad energy. Of course, they're going to watch you because they want to know if they can fool you or not. But I've tested this energy a couple times, dropped some things, have stuff fallen, and I'm just kind of like, but this person's so nice. I don't know why this energy is being me. It's just maybe I'm just being clumsy today. But I test this energy every time I'm around this person. I kind of watch and hear what's going on. And I watch them to see what they're, reading minds. Oh my God, you can read things. When people are looking at you and you're not looking at them, but you can feel their energy, and it's just like, oh, weird. Ooh, nasty. Don't, ooh. It's just weird. But you got to get used to it when you're, have this connection with Spirit and you're psychic. You got to, you got to deal with it. And it's weird kind of at first, but you get used to it. But I went on break, and I'm like thanking, thank you, Lord, for my day. Thank you for helping me through my runs and my work day, and please help me, get everything right. Well, I'm like, oh, and this person's kind of cool. And I test the energy by listening to my playlist. There was a song by Post Malone, Wrapped Around Your Finger. I love that song, Wrapped Around. It's just like, oh, it's a love song. It's so nice. I love love. And I don't care how many times love has shot you in the foot or kicked your ass or just ran over you back and forth and tire marks across your back because it's just love's just trampled your ass. Love is too precious and too special to ever give up on. And I know it's hard to get back out there once you've been just dealt with. I mean, just dealt with some shit. And it makes you not want to trust anybody anymore. But I'll never give up on love. I'll never give up on love. If it takes this year to go, if it takes another year to go, bottoms up. Kicked your ass. See, I'm telling you, bottoms up. I just talked about it kicking your ass, okay? That's energy. But I was on break, and it was, might have been today or yesterday. I'm just like, please let me know that, if I like this person and they like me, let me know if this energy is good or not, or if this is how it's going to be, or am I, will there be somebody else, And there'll always be other people in your energy. You just have to know what to do with it, So, I went back in. Started my job again. Energy's going okay. Didn't drop anything. Nothing weird's happening. And then all of a sudden, I bump into another shelf. And I'm just like... And it peeled the skin back. And it bled. And I'm just like... And that's why my arm... Oh! Bad energy, see? See what I'm telling you? It's happening in real time. You can't make this up. I've dropped the fast twice now talking about this. They don't want you talking about this. And it don't mean you have to get cut and scratched up and busted up and need Band-Aids and stuff to test the energy. It's not it. You can hear things, see things, feel things. But just because my job is so physical, accidents happen. Well, I'm around this energy. Getting along with this energy, kind of cutting up a little bit today, kind of just silly, It was cute. But then I bump into the damn shelf again and just, it's not good. You can't really see it. It's just, but it bled. It's kind of messed up. I see a big scrape and just cut up. And I'm like, really? I was like, damn. And I started thinking at work. And I'm just like, you got to test this energy. And there's something significant about 7 years. Are you going to have 7 years of good things happening because you're making the right decisions? Or are you going to have 7 years of trial and tribulation and more lessons to be learned? Maybe you need more lessons to be learned, and that's where you're getting ready to enter this time period. And whether you catch it up front or not, 7 years is very significant. And I started looking back at different relationships, and 7 years. I'm going to say 99.9% of my energies, and I'm not saying I didn't have nothing to do with it because I wasn't woke back then, feeding into it and having good things happen and then really shitty things happen. And you think it's you and you think it's your fault, and some of it might be because you're not listening to spirit. You're not using your discernment. But I bumped into the shelf, started bleeding, I had to put Band-Aids on it, and then it wasn't even a half hour later, I started another cart. I took the Band-Aid off this one because it wasn't that bad. I went to put my drink in my cart, and there was a sharp edge, and I cut my finger, and I'm like, so within 45 minutes, I cut my arm, I cut my finger, and I'm like, damn. I was like, man, I really like this energy too. I thought, And not saying nothing may not ever come of it. I don't know. I can tell the future to the... Sorry, my thumb's gross. You can tell the energy to a certain point. But do you go from what your body feels and what your mind's feeling? Or do you go with what the energy is telling you? Like, hey, enter caution at your own risk. They're not going to stop you. It's free will. That's why we all have free will. This is how we learn our lessons. Cash in, cash out, cash in, cash out, cash in, cash out, cash out, cash out, cash out, cash out. It might affect your work if you don't make the right decisions. I'm just getting this right now. And I don't suggest getting involved with anybody you really work with, because it could just cause a lot of havoc. And what if it don't work out and you got to see them every day? What if, it's not a lot of bad stuff can happen if, they can make your life a living hell if it doesn't work out, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? But this energy is like, okay, I'm still going to be friendly with this energy, but it won't be taken much further unless the energy changes somehow. Their energy gets with my energy. But my energy is it's so different from other people's energy that most people come across me as, face value. I'm not trying to get in your life. I'm not exchanging numbers. I don't want to call and hang out after work. I don't want to call you and say, how you doing? How was work today? I don't feel the need to do that with anybody I work with, ever, right now. Just saying. But just use that discernment. Use the tools that the divine has given you. Because you can get burnt. Literally burnt. And just looking in my past and trying to see into my future, I know good things are coming, because good things are coming, and it's divine timing. There's something I was waiting on last week, and I was hoping it would happen. Like, it didn't happen almost a week later, and I kept thinking, okay, it's going to be divine timing, divine timing. Sometimes it don't happen when you want it to happen, even though you want it right now. Maybe you've waited a long time, and I'm talking about my transportation kind of thing. And it's pissed people off that now I have mobility, and I'm sorry that it pisses you off, but it's God's will and Lord's will that this happens. And I'm like, I can wait another 4 or 5 days. And it was kind of, it threw me off a little bit, but I'm like, it's going to be good once it gets here. Just like your love life. It's going to be good once it gets here. Don't settle. Don't get impatient and settle for Joe Blow from Kokomo to come into your life and show you all wonderful things. And then, weeks later, months later, maybe years later, it goes to shit. And you're just like, well, I didn't see this coming. I bet you felt it, though. I bet you felt it, because you was dropping shit. You're getting scraped up. You're getting bruised up. But just use discernment. I mean, what are we at? 22 on the clock. 9:34 on the clock here. But yeah, you have free will, but Spirit's going to test you. So let Spirit test you. Catch the signs, hear the signs, feel the signs, know what signs or what. Obviously, that's not a good sign. Bruising up and cutting yourself is not a good sign. I mean, that's most people, okay? Well, maybe you're nervous. Maybe you're just weird around it. Maybe. But every time you're around this person, something... Ozzy Osbourne, Shot in the Dark. Maybe you want to take a shot in the dark. Not if it's not divinely orchestrated. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't go against Spirit. Don't go against divine. Trust me, don't. Because it's you're protected, but use your discernment. They can only protect you for so much unless you use your free will to be like, I've been without so long. I want to step out over here and go off on my own a little bit. I'm still going to be spiritual, but I like this person. But did you read the signs? Did you see the signs? Did you feel the signs? So, Miss Lady T, I just want to come on here and tell you that just, this is what's going on in my life. It's, I'm patient. I've waited a long time for certain things. I've waited a long time for stability. I've waited a long time to get with the right person. And if I have to wait a little longer, that's fine. If I have 7 years of greatness coming toward me, I want 7 years of greatness, not 7 years of tribulation or being tested or being put through more shit and being cheated on or being talked about or them talking behind your back and the stuff that you don't ever think that the person you're with that you love is doing this shit to you. And they really was, Maybe not the whole time, but they did. And it's just like, poo-poo on you. I'm not going to go back to that energy. I will forgive you. I won't forget. I'm not going to go through this relationship again to try to test it to see if maybe you're going to be faithful now. Maybe you're going to talk good about me. Maybe we're going to be happy. There's a lot of maybes in life. But Spirit will let you know. They will test you. You'll still be tested. It's growing. Every day is a growing experience. And whether it's growing the good to the bad, using discernment, not discernment, going off on your own, not going off on your own, or really testing the energy. I could talk about this all night. It's just crazy how things happen. Oh, let me tell you something. Hold on. Let me show you this shit. I got to show you this because I was watching the movie, and I'm pretty sure this happened because I was watching the movie, and then I got a phone call so I wouldn't watch the rest of the movie. The Devil's Advocate. I don't know who's ever seen that movie. I've seen parts of it, most of it. I'm watching Men in Black. Men in Black. Let me get into this just a minute. This could be another episode of Lady T. Men in Black. I was watching Men in Black. I've seen this movie 1,000 times. It's cute, you know. But I was watching it, and there was different parts of the movie that I hadn't noticed before. Like there was a scene where Will Smith and the person he's... Oh, God, what's his name? I forget his name. The older guy. They're sitting in a restaurant. And there's this fishbowl round thing. And it's got fish. One going this way, one going that way. It's kind of murky. Kind of like a stream. Like it's trout or something, you know. I seen this. And I was, at my door smoking a cigarette. And I'm just like... Wait. And I just, not even, about 4 weeks ago, I've had my screensaver, the same screensaver, probably the last 5 years. New job. I'm going to change some things. Change my screensaver or whatever. My screensaver was the same as this fishbowl. Had one fish going here, one. It's just a peaceful scene. My screensaver is like an underwater thing. Has some swans on top and a, sun and all that stuff. But I seen them having dinner, and these fish, one going one way, one going another, and it was my screensaver, and I'm like, okay, that's neat. Just realized. Plain and simple. Some of my friends know me as the but ladies in the face, I want you to know about this guy named Romeo. Yeah, he thinks he's Romeo. Wow. Devil's Advocate. Watching parts of it. I get a phone call. It's family. We talked for like an hour. I missed the rest of the movie. Got back almost halfway into it. Started getting good. And maybe they knew I was watching this movie and they wanted to cut in so I wouldn't catch any more signs. I'll be danged. Keanu Reeves and his beautiful wife, whatever. The beautiful wife slowly gets pulled into the dark side. She colors her hair black. And I'm not saying about color hair black or anything like that. But from where she was to what she was becoming was totally crazy. And the part of the scene, and it's a bad one, and I was on the phone and I caught it, and I need to rewatch it. She's looking in a mirror at herself. And at this point, she's going nuts. She's going crazy. She's getting ready to, do stuff to herself in this scene. She takes this mirror... And I'm telling you, it's the exact same mirror I have, the exact same one, except hers was black. See this mirror? If you watch Devil's Advocate, this mirror's in it. The exact same mirror. I don't know who else has a mirror like that. But she's looking in this mirror, right? She's looking in this mirror. Oh, this is creepy. I don't even know if I want to do this or not. She's looking in this mirror, right? And then the person behind her is like, pretty, and then all of a sudden the fangs come out, the teeth, the tongue, and it's a demon or whatever. And that's when she... I've never broke this mirror. Thank God I haven't broke this mirror. But the mirror ends up cracking, okay? And she takes the mirror chunk and she unalives herself. And of course, the husband's distraught. He can't get into the door. He's washing this through a door like a doctor's door. But it's locked, or it's they can't get in. They can open it like this much, but they can't get into the door. And he sees her dropped this mirror, and she's laying there, and she takes a piece of the mirror that's broken, and she unalives herself, okay? And he finally gets the door open, and other people gets, call 911. There's blood everywhere, and it's just a bad scene. He's crying, she's gone, and, the devil basically got into her and is destroying everything he loves. Slowly but surely, everything that's happy and great and wonderful in his life is slowly, for the love of money. He was offered money, I believe, in this job, and all of a sudden, all these dark things start happening to him and his wife. But I just wanted to show you because it was the same dang mirror I have, and I'm just like, be careful what you see in the reflection, But just saying, that was kind of a weird story. But just stuff like that. Just the movies you watch, the things you talk about, the people you talk to, the people that talk to you. It's a lot. But when you grow in spirit, it will grow with you. The knowledge will come. Sometimes this stuff doesn't hit me till a day later or 2 days later. I had a dream last night. My part of my family, somebody got engaged. I'm not trying to put names out there or anything because I don't want bad energies to attack these people. But in my dream, I was standing next to somebody, so I was with a person. Didn't see his face, only like an arm or whatever. And it was like we was an IMAX theater, which is like a big surround theater type thing. And all the people were up front. And I was standing in the back with my person, and this family was in front of me. The father, the mother, and 2 kids. And I'm like, I'm going to get my phone out and take a video or a picture of this experience. It's really cool. It was like a movie playing in the background. I don't remember the movie. It was just scenery. It might have been it was neat. It was cool. But this whole family was standing way up in front of me. And I was like, I can't find my phone. And all of a sudden, the guy person, and this is part of my family, he's like, oh, you won't be able to take a picture of it because we have your phone right here. So they have been cloaking your phone, trying to do the most, trying to get you caught up. And this is family, and I hope this isn't true, but this is what Spirit is telling me. But they were standing way off in the distance. So I think this person from your family is detached from you to the point where now they're trying to do things to you that's not good. It's not with love. It's not coming from a loving spot. And I don't know why my phone was in their possession. Sally, Stetsasonic. Don't like the way Sally walk. And I don't care if you like me or not. But Spirit shows me things to do and talk about, so that's what I'm doing. And sometimes I'm hesitant because it's like, should I talk about that? Talk about it. Talk about it. I might be helping somebody out there that, needs help. Miss Lady T, watch your energy. Watch your free will. Make sure you exercise the right one when it's time because, doing one bad mistake and doing another bad mistake can lead to another bad mistake. And all of a sudden you're wrapped up in a whole world of shit that maybe you might have been wrapped up into with another person years before. It's a pattern. And you will repeat these patterns until you learn your lesson. Take the lesson, take the loss. The loss is a lesson. But when you're winning, you're winning. Just saying. Miss Lady T, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for donations. And have a wonderful, Wednesday night, hump day. Miss Lady T.